The
Let me just make sure we actually are running on YouTube. It's basically how we always start these episodes anyway. We don't even we don't just go straight into it. We always check and make sure are we on? Are we actually live? What's going on?
I mean, listen, I did an hour-long stream last night where I opened up a box of magic cards, so I feel you. I mean, listen, I did an hour-long stream last night where I opened up a box of magic cards.
So the episode started off with you saying that you the hour of. So the episode started off. Okay, let me pause this thing because it's playing in the background in my ear right now. But
Yeah.
What is up, my bros? It's your boy Chikara O's here on the Bugz2Men channel, bringing you another live stream episode. This is our first of 2024. Hopefully not our last. We have only had like 5 actual live stream episodes last year. And you know, I want to keep this thing going as much as we can.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like in my mindset, probably by the time I'm like 40, I'll actually kind of, retire from like being actively just toku like I usually am. Like, I think that's kind of my mindset. Like, we are getting older. Gary and I both just turned 31. That is insane. And I already feel it. Like, you probably noticed I'm not making much gestures with my left arm. It's like my shoulder's kind of effed up right now. So I don't have a sling or anything, but I feel it. So, but as I was mentioning, my best buddy here, Gary.
I don't know who Gary is. I am JFK from Clone High, which is now streaming on HBO Max.
Not a sponsor.
I believe in that show, and I hope it gets a 4th season. JFK is the best character because nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. I mean, hey Reggie, hi.
All right, well, let me go ahead and also share this in my my group stuff so that way they know that we are going to be.
Also, I can't see the chat anymore.
You can't see the chat anymore?
No.
That's weird.
Can you see the chat on Streamlab or StreamYard?
I can see comments and stuff like that, but I do not see.
Yeah, I don't have a chat of any kind. It's literally just I see you, I see me, I see my entire shelf of plastic crack. I don't see any comments.
Let me see. I just typed down chat testing just to see if it'll pop up. Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, it's there on my side things, but it might just be because of how this Wi-Fi situation is going right now. Like, as Gary and I were talking about it, right now in California, it is raining. It is raining in California.
Today is raining in California. Yeah, that's about as rare as me having good hair.
Just gotta let it grow out, man. Like, I never see you with like longer hair. This is like the most I've seen you.
It grows out to the side. I can't grow it forward anymore. These like hair follicles are about as dead as disco. But yeah, it's been a while, guys.
That means that you're Krusty the Clowning it when your hair grows out.
Yeah.
Hey!
No, shut up and drive, kid. Anyway, so yeah, so it's been a while. We sincerely hope everyone had a fantastic holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I got some tech upgrades this year. I got a new laptop, so you guys won't hear the annoying ass fan in the background. I should be super quiet. I got a new phone.
Mm-hmm.
I got a watch. I also treated myself to something that's going to tie into the very first group of stories that we have. I'll show it when we get there. But also one other thing, Reginald.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you I bought a custom deck box? I will go get it then. 1 second.
Sorry guys, there's like my glasses are like really messed up and dirty right now, but let me go ahead and clean it off. But let me see if StreamYard is actually still playing YouTube.
Yeah. I have returned, and I got these primarily because, as we established in our last episode, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Nice.
And I also bought a Dalek.
Exterminate. That's pretty much all I know. Exterminate.
Exterminate the
I still
Doctor.
exterminate. All I know is exterminate TARDIS, the 10th Doctor, because I think that my old friends in college used to cosplay as him often. Like
Because
I was
he.
like the only one, because like yeah, I was the only one in our friend group who like I think there was like a Doctor Who special that was going on around like either 2012, 2013, 2014, and like they had like a viewing party at Cal State Long Beach, and like I was just not. I was one of the people that wasn't there because I don't watch it, but I was like, good on you guys. I just saw like all the pictures that they took afterwards, like a bunch of different people in cosplay. Like, yeah, it was.
So that was
It's fun.
probably for the 50th anniversary special, which was called Day of the Doctor, which is honestly one of the best specials in Doctor Who history.
Probably that sounds about right. Yeah,
Anyway,
cool,
so
man.
yeah,
Are those
so
two custom
yeah,
things like 3D printed or?
yeah, the 3D printing got them off Etsy.
Yeah, I guess I
Came
can
all
segue.
the way. Yeah. By the way, you got a 3D printer, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of the segue to what happened during my holiday season and my tech upgrades. We could probably hear, and you can also kind of see it in my camera frame. I did get a new mic too. This is a toner mic, just like my old one, but this one though I think is a little better for gaming / streaming. So I don't know. Maybe this year I'll start streaming video games again. I don't know. Like it really just depends on time of day. I mean, like Gary said,
Yeah.
I have a 3D printer and I've been keeping my eye on that thing. I'm currently printing out a helmet. I won't reveal the character yet. My friends know who it is, but this is gonna be my first ever 3D printed helmet. But
Yeah, dude, clearly you're printing out the new Jim Injure helmets for Deca Red. I mean for Deca.
dude, I was literally on TikTok last night and he was showing off all of his 3D printers. I cannot compare to that guy. I can't
How
even compare. Like, even like, well, it's funny because then the next decade messages me all the time or talks to me and comments all the time about what to do for 3D printing, and like, I know he has like industry grade stuff, but
that's
no,
somebody else I want to get on
Briar,
the show.
no, Briar. Actually, that's it's not the character you're thinking of, because I actually attempted to do that character's helmet and it messed up. So this is gonna be my first actual successful one. And the reason I say that is because I already printed out at least 5 pieces of the helmet, 6 pieces technically, if you want to count all the split components, and they actually came out pretty okay. Like I just have to sand them down, repaint, and then I can put that all together. But it actually looks like it'll be, you know, Reggie size because my head is big. Like, okay, so Gary, last night I was on TikTok. There was this filter that said like my perfect face, and all it
Hmm.
did was just make my face shorter. I was like that's it. It just like literally compressed my face by like an inch, and like this thing is supposed to be your perfect proportions. Is this saying my head's too long? But yeah, so 3D printer, new microphone, and I also got one of those little mini moves. It's actually funny. It's currently under my light right now. I misplaced where I put it, but it's like those little gaming Game Boy looking emulator things. So
Uh
that's what I've been playing. Funny enough, I started a save file on Golden Sun, but then I got immediately distracted by Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. So I've been playing a lot of that lately. And
I
I used to play that game like all the time, and like now I'm on level like World 6 or whatever, and like I just keep messing up though with my timing on using burning and wheel, so I end up off the map.
it's funny you say that before we start diving into the news. So I'm able now to do retro streaming with like Game Boy Advance games because I can't find a emulator that works for the N64 for my Mac or a DS, so I could play the Kamen Rider games.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really want to do is I really want to start streaming like the old Game Boy Advance games. Like I downloaded a hacked ROM for Pokemon, so I kind of want to try that out. I want to try playing a bunch of the old Yu-Gi-Oh games compared to what we have now. I want to try Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland stuff. I've only ever played Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and
Both are very fun games.
believe it or not, there's also one other game I really want to download from my childhood. It's a game that I had like four freaking copies of. Do you remember the old Nickelodeon show Super Duper Sumos?
Can't remember that.
Oh, well, Super Duper Sumos was a show on Nickelodeon. Anyway, speaking of sumos, let's get to the news, shall we? Also, there's a rank coming from me.
All right, so you got the news up on your side, right?
Give me 1 second. I will now present the screen. This news is all very funky fresh, by the way. It's ready to be shown, sir. Okay. So yeah, we can have, as you can see, we have Tokyo News, Transformers News, and believe it or not, two bits of Yu-Gi-Oh news that I wanted just to gauge Reggie's opinion on, even though him and I don't play anymore. Well, I play Master Duel occasionally.
Okay.
Because it's 25th anniversary related. Okay, so first things first. Bakuwage Sentai Bunbunger, first official look. So this was back in December, like the week after we recorded last. Yeah. We have Sentai 48. I hate these suits. I hate the helmets. I hate everything about this show. How do you feel, Reggie?
Honestly, it's just the helmets that are the down point for me, because I can see where they're coming from. Like the suits are obviously based off of like racing, like uniforms. It's just the helmets. It's because see, if it like for me, it's weird. Like either it should have been like the wheels on the side with a visor, or just the wheels, no lips. That's kind of just how I am in terms of the design. But honestly, I definitely see where they're coming from, because you have like speedometer going across like your chest. They have a seatbelt buckle, and then like it's the funny part about the shoes just being like, white with a little bit of their color on it. But I can definitely see where a lot of people don't like this, and it's primarily because of the helmet. Like I said, I would have liked it if it was like visor with the wheels on the side, or just the wheel itself, no lips. I mean,
yeah.
So honestly, though, it's really cool that we got this kind of. Briar says I was excited, and then I saw the mech. So, if you guys know my like little Toku text series thing, I brought back one for this year, and it started off with basically Rackley's Himeno and Rita showing Gira the new Sentai, and it's like, what's this? Like, who's this? It's Kyoryujin. Okay, and who's this? Karyujin. No. Because basically the mecha is the same formula as, and somebody pointed out that like, oh yeah, you forgot Ryu Soldier. I'm like, I'm sorry about that. Like, of course I forgot about that. But so basically the idea of you have a central mecha within a blue arm and a pink arm. So that's like the third time we've had that happen. But and this, so it's been pretty cool. So Gary, I don't know if you have like the toy catalog news up next, or if you just have.
I'm getting to that in a second. Briar, you've been a great day to tune into the show, my friend, because I'm about to go on a rant about the mecha toys. So, but first things first, I will say this much: when we got the first initial rumors of what the helmets looked like, somebody said Zeo with car themed. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can see that. Then the helmets happened.
Now, see, it made sense, because when they said Zeo with car theme, it's like the visors are all different shapes, and here they're all different tire variations. So, and red kind of looks like the star of Zeo 5 / O-Red. But like when I was told about this by other people, like I was just, well, like nobody paid attention, but I did kind of take like the helmet or the symbol of the Lightspeed Rescue like buckle and then put it on top of like somebody else's helmet. Like nobody really paid attention to that post I made because that's basically what I was told as the description of what they look like. Like I wasn't shown any pictures or anything like that. I was just told description. So that's why I was just like, da-da. And then nobody really, like I said, commented on it. So it's like, okay, nobody's paying attention to me about this. But then, yeah, it's definitely a stylistic choice, though, making that the tires that huge. And then, how do we look out of this?
Yeah, more or less. I want to know what it's like to film with those helmets on.
That's what I was saying. Like, how do we look out of this? unless it's like muscle train fight choreography kind of deal, like where they, they show them the choreography and they do it without the helmet, and then they put on the helmet so that they can try to do it again, like that. I feel like that might be how they do this because I really can't see on the helmets where they would be possibly able to look at or look through. But
yeah. All right.
Boom
So
Ginger, though, like it was a fun sounding title name, and the fact that they kind of, like I said, they look like racers, and we actually did get like a preview clip yesterday, I think. I need to watch it again. I just like glanced really quickly through it on Twitter, but yeah,
we will not show it here because we do not want to get the channel copyright struck, whatever.
Strike.
All right.
Oh, wait, strike.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm tired. All right. Moving on to the toys. Bakuwage Sentai Boom Boomger DX Boom Boomger Robo officially revealed. Okay.
Karyujin.
I said this to my other friends. Hoping that going to be Turbo Zords 2.0. Yeah. And you know what's even funnier? I bought. Now, most people don't follow me on Twitter who watch the show, so you guys wouldn't know this. I bought everything from King Oger. I have King Oger itself. I have Tarantula Knight. I have all of the little bugs. Um, I have King Kabuto. I have the three shoe gods. The three shoe gods set. The only I didn't buy was King Kyoryujin because I don't want it. Now, I'm gonna break my no swear rule, Reggie. This thing looks like a hunk of shit. Straight up transparency. Because
yeah, I know where you're coming from, and I was like, I'm gonna say this because we literally had 2 years of highly articulated main mecha. So we had, Don Oni Daijin and then King Oger here. But people have actually pointed out that he does at least have knees. I don't know if I've seen video of like I don't know if I've seen video of him with his arms having elbows, but I do know that he does include knees. So he can still...
I watched the Bandai hobby thing that Five posted, and he had no knees. No, he had no elbows. But
I can see why they would lack elbows though, because I'm looking at the picture right now, and yeah, it's because the card parts end up covering what would be the elbows anyway. So that makes sense as to why they would exclude elbows, but still.
I mean, it's like Reggie said. I try to get this thing benefit of the doubt because we saw the initial leaks, and I'm like, okay, this is halfway decent. And then I saw the Bandai hobby video, and I'm just like, this just looks like 3 steps back. I'm really hoping though that this does have strong enough toy sales to warrant another series of Sentai because we're like 2 years away from the 50th anniversary, which is something which is really freaking scary to think about. But also more or less, hi, we're 2 years away from Bokenger and from Bokenger's 20th, and please give me new Ranger keys. I will buy them. But anyway, I don't even mind though that it's kind of like Kyoryujin and Kishiryuo in the sense that Red's the main mecha, and then you have the other vehicles attached. I don't mind it as much as you think I would because I own all of Ryu Soldier as well. The way that Ryu Soldier pulled it off was really cool because all the dinos could still split. Here, it's literally the vehicles are just just one giant block of plastic that when they attach to the changer or they attach to the robo, they do things.
They unfold kind of in a way,
Yeah.
just from what I'm looking at. But yeah, I get where that's disappointing because like we've had modular essentially like because with Kyoryujin we had the initial type of mecha combination where it's like it's three components, you tab them together in order to become that. With Youth Soldier, basically all the mecha were kind of like Lego. You can break them apart as you want it, and then plug them in at any of the different connection points. Here, though, it just looks like you just slot them on the arm, and then they unfold to become arms. Like there's no there. I mean, there may be in the future like a oh, I don't even know where the mallet is anymore, man. So I'm just gonna say it: a clusterfuck mecha. Where it's just like all the pieces all over the place, and then like so I get you where it's disappointing. I mean, it aesthetically it's pleasing though. Like I like though the fact that it's a white mecha with black and red accents for the primary body of things, but yeah, just the fact that it lacks that extra articulation we've gotten these past few years, I can see why it's disappointing. I mean, if you do have all of that, there is if you want Sentai Mecha, but you also lack the space, but you want the articulation, you can always go for Manipula. But for people like Gary who collects the full the full size things, I know he'd want an articulated full size one. And you never know. I mean, we had like Choryujin had that full action re-release recently. Like you never know if like maybe later down the line, or they could even do that and then piss off more people. I mean, they've been doing that with the changers. They've been making Memorial Edition changers like even within the year the thing is still showing. Like King Oger's like Oger Caliber literally just got an announcement for a large size one that's hilariously not coming out until like the end of this year / early next year. But like it's after everybody went out and bought their own little King Oger Caliber. So
see, you know what's even funnier about that though? I've only seen up to episode 5 of King Oger. Full transparency here. I want the Memorial
Oger
Caliber, but I'm like I'm gonna have enough trouble trying to friggin' find a place for my Memorial D-Sword Vega, which I still need to pay Marcus $60 for my monthly payments. But anyway, enough
so
about
this is the main Boon Booger Robo. We of course do have we also got to see Boon Black and Boon Orange, and I was kind of correct when I first initially saw those pieces that like Boon Black is obviously police themed and Boon Orange is construction themed. So you do have more than just racing vehicles and stuff like that. So of course, Boon Oranges has like this excavator and this bulldozer that pretty much gives him a giant mallet. You have extras for red and pink. I'm just assuming like these create like a sword for another arm.
But it's not a big sword. It's a little sword.
Average sword. All right, so and then Black has like the black police car, but then he also has a purple one that turns into 2 guns. So I don't know, maybe that might be my favorite configuration just because of how it looks.
I will be honest that this color scheme actually kind of hits for me, but I'm still not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, and also apparently the trailer can become a gateway for a portal to activate the action gimmicks for the other vehicles. That's kind of cool actually, but still. Toko Let's has this up. I'm just gonna go to his page for a second.
Okay. Yeah, Toko Collectibles has like various different sets for the Boom Booger stuff. You can get the changer.
Yeah, it's that thingy that we're gonna talk about later. That made a lot of people very angry, including Josh. All right, so
Like I said, man, they've been doing this a lot lately. They've been creating memorial versions of changers like fairly close to when the series is like still airing or it's about to end. Like, so people, just they don't want to go for it
I'm just happy
initially.
they.
Like this one though, I think that people would go for. I mean, the only thing I could see them changing for a memorial is just giving bigger straps. I mean,
I'm just. I'm just really happy though that they didn't start doing the memorial thing during like Gokaiger's original run or Kyoryuger or Tokyuger.
well, I think it's because of marketing. They needed to see like how many things people would buy because really, Kamen Rider was the one that had kind of kept going on and on with CSM and now CSG. So they probably were holding off to see how that kind of let off because Super Artisan didn't really catch on that well. Like, I mean, they did end up, I think, the Doron Changer from Kaku Ranger. I think that was the last thing they had as Super Artisan. But I think that
Yeah.
probably didn't sell that well in comparison. So what they probably were doing is just waiting to see if it would catch on, like with CSM weapons went out and then CSG came out, and they're like, okay, now let's go for more stuff with the Memorial. So I think that's what was happening, was that they were just like Super Artisan just did not stack up to par in their and Bandai's eyes. Like that this is not selling as much as Kamen Rider stuff, so let's go ahead and just do this instead. But I think now like people are getting more into Sentai, like, or there's more adult collectors for Sentai now that they're like, okay, let's go for this. But yeah, they're basically with Boom Boomger, there is your different options. Like you can get the changer by itself, you can get the changer with I think the weapon and the mecha, or you can get it with the weapon, the mecha, and like a little bonus card too. So
Hmm. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Happy Black History Month.
yes, happy Black History Month. I put up a thread on Twitter of different creators in the community that I think you guys should give a follow to. I'm gonna keep updating it as days go by. I realized I forgot yesterday, but I will continue on sometime today.
Yeah.
But
So real quick, I did want to just go over this stuff real quick. So and just provide info to the people. So if you want all the mecha, if you want the boom boom,
the base mecha at least.
if you want the boom boom room, you want the changer, and you want the extra car, this is the set to get for $130. Also, I read this on Twitter. The changer is voiced by Rika Matsumoto, aka Ash Ketchum from the Japanese dub of Pokemon.
Satoshi.
Oh well,
Also the singer for Alive Alive from Ryuki.
I forgot about that. That's a great song.
Yeah, it was funny. It's like, because we were talking about that in the Token Nation chat, and then somebody was like, oh my god, she voices Pikachu. No, she voices Satoshi.
So yeah, so like I said, this is just the one-stop shop if you want that, all that stuff. So you can get the sword, which is the boom boom room handle.
If you saw,
It's funny.
like Blue was holding it as the gun mode, Red was holding it in the sword mode, and then Pink was holding it by the what should be the blade, and was pretty much swinging it around like a hammer. So that was funny to see in the preview. But
No, it's funny. Chris Long was streaming I think, like last week after I got off work,
mm-hmm.
and I said I have a future. I have a future title for Geek each week. He's like, "Oh, okay, what is it? Getting lost in the boom boom room."
All right.
Okay, come on,
So
that's funny. Um,
I
the going back
hear
about
a lot of puns from EB already. I mean, I don't know. He's probably not watching right now, but yeah.
EB is going to be doing me a solid later in the year that I'm not talking about right now. Let's just say he's going to help me rebuy old SMPs that broke on me. The boom boom change.
The Boom Boom Change Axe, which is supposed to be the weapon slash changer for Black and Orange. You can see it in like the little preview poster thing, but
Thank you, Reggie. The boom boom room starts at. Okay, I'm done now.
Yeah, before we make Gary laugh anymore at the phrase "boom boom," let's move on to the next piece of news. Well,
The
here you can
one, the one.
see the four big
Mhm.
robo set. I'm just gonna call it the four big robo set. We can get all the cars with it. Well, just all the cars. Like, this is not. There is another set that does include like everything, but this one at least has like all the main mecha for our new Sentai series. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep saying our new
So
Sentai series for the rest of this video, as to refrain from
thank
having
you.
my co-host explode in laughter.
Boo boo this man. Oh, thanks, Briar. Appreciate it.
I just really gotta say it's
Yeah.
funny that the
So
Bye
you
Guy's the one who has to keep the great straight face.
yeah. So you get everything you need to find information. Okay, we're done talking about this show now. Uh, we'll talk about this
The
later.
Memorial Oger Caliber. Oops, that close.
No. Yeah, we're talking about that later. Okay. Um, we have the
Well, we
initial
have our first
scan.
magazine scans. You can see. I don't. Okay, I think Pink is trying to do a heart symbol here, but she's just not reaching it. um,
It reminds me of Raptor Stick from Q Ranger.
I don't remember. Do we have the list of suit actors yet for these guys, or?
I think we do. I can go digging around Twitter in a little bit here. Here's what I will say also though. Just going off of Briar's comment that they posted. Here's hoping they at least do a dry crossover for the mecha.
That would be
I
pretty
wouldn't.
cool. Like, I feel like they are gonna go back and revisit other car theme Sentai. I mean,
It would be cool because shout out to Calvin one time and his dear friend Yasuhisa Furuhara, aka Sosuke from Go Under. If Yasuhisa were to come back to Sentai and do a appearance in Boon Boonger, I'm pretty sure Calvin would die of happiness. And we love you, Calvin. Please don't die. We need you in this world. Um, I don't know. I feel like they could get Kenta Sato to come back as well because that man is just awesome. And quick plug, he will be at Morphicon this year, and I'm trying to see if I can go. My manager's back from vacation in a week, and I can talk to him then.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to make it out there. But especially since I really want to meet Shiro Izumi and Masahiro Inoue and Ryota Ozawa. Let's be real here. I went to TFCon 2 years ago and I bought a lot of toys. I went to Morphicon to go meet my friends like Reggie in person and to spend money on toys. This time it's just gonna be to meet the actors. 'Cause I've already met
Yeah, I
all
don't
the
know
PR people I really care about.
I'm still like a 95% for PMC, but I feel like if I did go, yeah, it'd be primarily just to interact with other fans and things like that. Like, I think I think I know how I kind of want to go about collecting going forward. I mean, I was talking with Gary earlier that I feel like at the latest, by the time I'm 40, I think I'll retire from the Tokuscape. When I say that, like, I want to continue to be like active in this community as much as I can. Like, but I think that it's not like I've kind of lost the drive type thing. Lost the drive. We're talking about cars. It's more that like I do need to think about what it's gonna be like for me like in the next few years. Is what I'm kind of
Yeah,
in the mindset. I mean, I think I don't know if this got into the recording. I think I did say it earlier that yeah, Gary and I both just turned 31, and there are life goals I have that I want to be able to achieve, and I'm not saying that this is like holding me back, but I think I gotta stop putting so much emphasis on this portion
yeah.
of my life and try to better myself.
I mean, by that same token, that's why like outside like the one big, really big piece of Transformers news that I wanted to cover later, and Reggie Reynolds what it is, and he approved it without even saying it was okay for me to discuss it. I'm more or less content with not really buying as many figures this year. I have a lot of stuff on pre-order that I can't cancel because it's on me, and I'm not trying to get blacklisted. So Um, look for tweets in the future saying, "Hey, Does anybody want to take over this pre-order? I'll ship it out to you the second I get it, or the day after I get it."
I mean, Gary, you can also on AmiAmi put in a request to have like the address changed. Like you just need to make sure that that person is probably like you can do that like before the item comes out though. Like you just got to make sure like so you know how we always get in the beginning of the months like the notice of like when these pre-orders are coming out like on Thomas
Yeah,
Nation's page. Just keep an eye out for that, and then before that, hopefully before that date, you can find somebody to take it over, and then you can just put the request
yeah.
in for them to change the address. But
I will.
yeah, of course
I will.
they will still need to pay you to pay for that. But I just wanted to give you that advice because like I've been in this import situation like for I want to say since 2013.
Yeah.
So
'Cause I mean, because here's
darn
the
you, 10
thing.
years younger than me.
I just want to say, I've accepted the fact that I'm collecting every Bleach figure art now.
I'm still waiting for Rukia. Where is Rukia?
I
Oh,
is it
Rukia
gonna
or first appearance Ichigo. That's basically who I would want to get for representation
because
for Bleach. Because like you guys
they
know,
because
I'm
mhm,
One Piece. The only One Piece figure
yeah
I have not pre-ordered yet it's Kaido, and that's only because Kaido is huge. I'm either going to wait and see if I can find him when I go to the Philippines in April, or I'm probably just gonna wait until like he's on discount because I mean he's way too big to.
I actually had real quick. So I don't have Ichigo on pre-order. Ichigo's on Big Bad. I'm gonna wait for that next month or the month after.
Oh yeah, and the live
Um,
actions I don't have the live actions pre-ordered, but that's basically because I think
that's
I'm strictly going for anime. I mean,
it's
eventually I
fine.
might get them, but yeah,
I have
yeah,
pre-order for. I don't have Byakuya yet. I have Kenpachi on pre-order. I have Ichigai on pre-order, and thanks to Reggie, I have Renji on my shelf up here. I think depth perception
yeah.
is fun, kids. But yeah, so there is the Boom Booger stuff.
You said
Let's talk
tonight.
about some
Okay.
other things that will make me want to spend money. Shoto's Super Psycho Rangers.
So for those who remember, Shoto Super is essentially the like 4-inch like candy toy style scale, only more articulated. I was gonna say more highly articulated, but that's kind of redundant. So more articulated, usually better paint jobs, and more accessories than what you would get in a normal candy toy set. Now, some people mention that I think uh, Ninja Ranger Black or Niji Black, he's missing something with his helmet. I think it's just like the outline on the little like visor thing that he's supposed to have. But other than that, they look pretty good. Um, as somebody who had like all the Psycho Ranger Lightning collection, like this is cool for people who collect in a smaller scale. But
I can't even lie to you. It's been years since I watched In Space. I've seen the first episode or two of Mega Ranger. Even I want these. But also, I just want to quickly address Briar's comment about figure arts Candelaria. Give me
Kandarira.
okay, Bandai. This is me talking to you directly. Hi, my name is Gary. I have been a fan of Go-Go Sentai Bokenger for almost 20 years. You teased pink, yellow, and silver at a Tamashii Nations event. Those never came out.
They
Fix,
basically were just used as puppets in Akiba Ranger season 2.
fix your mistake. Either give us Kodo Supers with no stickers or give us figure arts. I will buy them. This has been a friendly message from Gary. Anyway, these are cool. I have one question about Shoto Supers though. How are the stickers?
I don't know. I don't collect the sets. I
I
just
mean,
know that they're. It's like the same thing with like premium Bandai mini plot. It's like minimal in comparison.
yeah. These do look cool though. I will fully admit. Are these on Big Bad? Hold on a second. Price tags are 10,800 yen. Let me go to bigbadtoystore.com. Oh yeah, buy this. Good figure. Ah, yes, they are. How long till Gary notices this on my head while we stream? What's on your head?
It's Bond from Spy Family, the one of the other anime figure lines that I collect.
I haven't
AKA
watched Spy
we like
Family.
nicknaming him because he. Okay, so Gary, because it's obviously a Japanese man doing the voice of a dog. So whenever he barks, it's poof, poof. So well, my nickname for him in like my Discord chat is Borf. So
All right, so Big Bad has these the complete set for 155 with a $15.50 pre-order unrefundable down payment required. I don't like when they do this, but still, in case you don't want to
well,
go
the
to
thing
Total
is that
Collectible.
like you gotta remember that Big Bad does inflate their prices for like import fees and everything like that, but they do it like at a higher level than other places. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure you could probably check out Total Collectibles and see if they also have it, and they might be cheaper there.
let me look.
Here, go to the next story. I'll check for you on my phone.
All right, no, I found it. 130. So
Told you.
it's a $25 markup. Yeah, fair. All right. Next story.
And
King
also
Oger
there you
versus
have the
Don
option of
Brothers.
going for the I was gonna
Hmm,
say like over there you also have the option of getting the Japanese and the Chinese release, and the Chinese release is usually cheaper because it's like later. But
yeah. All right. So King Oger versus Don Brothers and Kyoto Uger double feature Blu-ray and DVD Amazon announced. Yeah, when I set these stories up, kind of in the wrong order. Um, so they're doing double features with Osama Sentai King Oger versus Avotaro Sentai Don Brothers,
mm-hmm,
and Osama Sentai King Oger versus Kyoryuger, which I have something to say about the Kyoryuger one. Packaged with the King Oger versus Don Brothers movie is a DX Don Oger crown. With your copy of King Oger versus Kyoryuger, you get the Gabri mix shooter, which so essentially you're getting a crown with for Don Brothers, and you're getting the Spider Mix shooter as a repainted for Kyoryuger. It's
mm-hmm.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. If I was into these, I'd buy them, but I'm good.
Yeah, I think that I'd probably just wait for the Gabriel mix shooter just because that thing that looks cool. Like I think that yeah, I'm more on the crowd of Kyoryuger than Dawn Brothers, but that's only because I think that dinosaurs. That and I
Dude,
feel like if Dawn Brothers did actually put out more like figure arts and figures and stuff like that, I'd be more into it. I mean, Don Momotaro was a pretty solid figure art, but at the same time, I think Don Momotaro's figure art is like the weakest of the new Sentai figure arts. Not like if we don't include Shinkocho Seiho, Gokai Red, and Kyoryu Red, if we just talk about the base like retail ones, like so Zenkaiser, Don Momotaro, Kuwagata Oger. I'd say Don Momotaro's is the weakest of the three. Um,
I'm I'm more or less shocked that because they announced Kyoto Red. We talked about that in the last episode,
mhm.
but I'm more or less shocked that we just haven't gotten any like major other figure arts announcements for Sentai. I hope they're selling well enough to warrant it.
Yeah, I think that they're still aiming for the whole Reds slash six slash extra ranger type deal because we are getting this month Kuwagata Oger, so Rakliz, his King Oger form is coming out this month. And then the next thing after that would be Kyoryu Red. And then like it's kind of radio silence right now, so I don't know if like we're eventually gonna get
I'm I'm kind of curious if so. I really want to know if Bokenger and like Manji Ranger were deemed popular enough in Japan to warrant figure art releases.
Bokenger was. Remember, it did have its
Oh
initial
yeah,
with red, black, and blue set. Um Magic Ranger does not have figure arts yet. Uh Honestly, the next thing they could do would be a Shinkocho Seiho Deca Red. Considering the Deca Ranger release is coming out soon. But at the same time, they skipped over Hurricaneger, which did have Hurricaneger figure arts,
yeah.
except for Shurikenger, of course. But uh,
I
And they
also
also
just
never did
remember.
Arbor Ranger at all, which is surprising considering how popular, like I said, dinosaurs are. Um,
I'm more or less questioning one thing. So when it comes to Sentai Memorial stuff, because we're getting a lot this year, we're getting like the big sword. We're getting actually no, we're getting two big swords. We're getting the Memorial Deca Ranger license. We're getting the Memorial Kyoto stuff. Could you see a world where next year for the 20th anniversary of Magic Ranger we get a Memorial Magi phone?
yeah, I can see them doing that. Um, especially because like wasn't part of the gimmick is that like or the original one is that like that or I might be thinking of Gal Ranger actually. I was thinking like the phone piece might be swappable, but that could be a
So
possibility. I could see them also doing their their weapon too if they wanted to.
Magi stick, listen to me. I'm a very simple man. Give me a Memorial Magic phone and I'll and then I'll shut up about that stuff. But anyway, moving on from there, more King Oger stuff. Um, King Oger versus Don Brothers and King Oger versus Kyoto
So
announced.
yeah, basically this is a reverse. Yeah, Gary, I think you opened the stories out of order,
Yeah, I
but this would have
did.
been yeah. So we already pretty much covered it, so you can pretty much close that tab because that's just the little trailer
Here's what I
announcement.
will say though, and I didn't realize this until after I saw on Twitter. They have the original. They have the core six back for Kyoto.
Yeah, I saw that too because like in the special they or in the episodes they brought for spoiler for those who don't know, but who probably already know at this point, they brought um his future like Kyoryu Red and Kyoryu Pink's future son Prince to substitute for Kyoryu Red,
Yeah.
but it looks like Kyoryu Red is going to be coming back for this special. So
Yeah. All right. So there's that. And now I want to talk about something that Carl will love if Carl's out there in the universe. Garo.
Karo.
I
So
have not watched it.
I haven't either. I still need to actually finish versus Battle Road. But this is a new Garo series. They put it on YouTube. There is a lot of complaints though that the subtitles may be AI generated or just mistranslated. So hey, it's another toku that you can watch on YouTube legally.
Yeah. Here's what I will
You
say.
can't really tell that I was shifty eyed there. I was like, but back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. I have not watched Garo. I really wish I could go back in time and get those Garo Blu-rays that Mill Creek did. I really want those, but I can't find them anywhere. But anyway, so this is cool. Carl, if you watch this, I hope you're enjoying it. All right, now we got a bunch of third-party Power Rangers news. Hi, I want all of these. Hi, it's like $500 for the combined set. I can't justify it. So, 3-0 announced Power Rangers ZL5 pack of 1/6 scale figures. For those of you guys who don't know what 3-0 is, they make very, very high-end Transformers figures that don't transform. They're loaded with articulation and weapons, and I kind of need these.
So the idea of 3-0 doing this is essentially, Power Rangers getting their way to have kind of like, for those who know, like mostly like Marvel, DC, even like some live action anime stuff. Hot Toys is where you would usually go for a 1/6 scale. So 3-0 coming out here with Power Ranger stuff is pretty cool. They already did this for like the main MMPR. They did Ranger Slayer 2, I think. Um, they did Red with the Shield. They did Black with the Shield. So them diving
Did,
out of MMPR related ones and now going to Zeo is like really cool.
did
Uh,
they do a Draken?
I think they did a Draken too. Yeah, it was either them or there's actual third party non licensed that I know did some stuff too. But 3-0 is actually is licensed with or able to license Power Rangers. So yeah, these look pretty cool. I mean,
Oh,
you can only do so much with plastic. So getting like articulated with the fabric looks really cool, and
And
in
the
fact the
weapons
weapons
can
can also combine.
combine. I hate it here. No, the sad part is I have the Lightning Collection figures for Zio. And I started buying those when JDF passed away.
Mhm.
But now we have these. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm like, these weren't 100. If these were like $50 a pop, I could justify it. But these are like $100 a pop per figure. Now, do they look cool? Of course. These look insanely detailed, and the fabric these look like they came right out of the show. And plus, for anybody who doesn't know, I love Power Rangers Zeo. I love the suits. I love the Megazord. I love the villains, and yeah. But still, so these are $100 each. You can buy the 5 pack for I think it's like 500, close to 500. Yeah, it that's the 5 pack. These are actually also. Hold on, I'm gonna go to Pulse for a second. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. Why can't I search Zeo on here? This is ridiculous. Hold on a second.
I mean, like you really could just do this on your phone real quick and then just
Yo,
kill it.
here you go. I found it. 40 for the complete set.
Oh, that hurt.
Eh, yeah.
I think your mic like glitched for a second because I just heard like a
Oh,
loud screech in my ear.
oh, sorry. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. But yeah, $479.99. For this highly detailed, highly articulated. Oh, I say highly articulated. I don't really know. I've never played with 3-0, but articulated figures for Zio.
I. You know what I may do? I may get red, just red.
Do what you want to do, man.
Thinking about it. All right. Keeping with the 3-0 train for a second. Gold Ranger. Gold Ranger. Go, Gold Ranger. I hear Nubs in the back.
Eventually. No, Nubs isn't here right now.
Oh, I
He's
thought I heard
downstairs.
Nubs barking. I thought I heard Nubs barking. But yeah, 1/6 kills Zeo Gold. I, Chris, if you watch this, I don't care if I have to help fund it. You need to buy this for your Gold Zeo shrine. Love you, buddy.
You never know. He probably already has.
Moving on from there. Hey, remember more third-party companies?
Yeah. So with Fig Zero, though, they're officially licensed. These guys, I don't think they are because they had to use different names for their figures. But yeah, they're doing Zeo Gold, they're doing Shurikenger, Abore Black. Oh, I say Abore Black. I also said Shurikenger. But yeah, basically they're doing all of their they're doing a lot of the extra rangers and stuff like that. Then
Like the initial down payment is $45, but you have, like I said, like Richard said, Zeo Gold, Green Samurai Ranger, the good one, not Mike, Down Thunder Black, and Down Thunder White. Uh, these look so beautiful and stuff, and I'm gonna wait to see reviews before I get them. That's another option. But like, I just want to go through some of these pictures real quick. Like, are you Reggie, do you have any interest in these at all?
No, I don't really collect 1/6 scale. The only time I ever considered getting something 1/6 scale was when I was still like going heavily into like my Avengers display. I wanted to try and see if I could get a 1/6 scale Iron Man so he could technically be Giant Man on the display, but I decided against it.
Didn't the company do a 1/6 scale Hulkbuster for like $500?
Yeah, that was also Hot Toys, I think. And then there was also I think 3-0 actually also did that too. But
All right, so moving
there's a
on
lot
from
of companies that have done like Hulkbuster because essentially, giant mecha. People love mecha. Chicks
speaking of
dig giant
more
robots.
stuff, Mezco's doing a figure based on the White Ranger now.
Yeah, so Mezco recently did their Green Ranger. I did not continue with that order. I canceled it. I didn't really want to go for it afterwards. I saw a review that D did, and he just looked too muscular. But yeah, here though you do get the Sword of Light. It's cool,
Yeah,
but they
because
don't give him the effects that are needed for this. They give him the different colored ones. But
it's called if you get sent to a pesky peace conference, you need to bring your trusty Sword of Light with you. Yeah, I have no interest in this.
and it's cool. At the same time, I feel like the gold is kind of dulled out, and the Jason David Frank head honestly looks more like Steven Seagal.
No, you're thinking too small here. It looks like Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Too bad this is Twitch because I'd say like I'll put a poll, you guys vote, but at the same time, I don't think that we have anybody currently viewing. But
Short Savage Sword. Leonard Chino with his Sword of Light. Oh, it does come with the 4 Sword of Light effect parts. So yeah, that's cool. What's the price tag on this?
if it was just like their Green Ranger, it'd be like 100. Okay,
Yeah, it's 95.
95.
All right. So speaking of things that we got teased on that we were horribly wrong about, Charivan.
Yeah, so Discotech Media has recently revealed that their Blu-ray release is actually going to be Space Sheriff Charivan. Now, because of the whole red thing, people were hoping that was going to be Kabuto, but unfortunately, it is not. But it is Charivan. Like, I actually remember talking with my aunt, like my mom's youngest sister, and we were talking about my interest in Toku, and she mentioned that she used to watch like Charivan, Shider, and Bioman back in the Philippines because those were actually shown in the Philippines. So like that was really cool. So if you guys love Sheriff, this would be really, really cool for you guys to pick up. I'm a little disappointed that we really didn't go past that much with Space Sheriff after like what we had that slight Gavon revival with Gavon Type G, and then we did have I think Sherivan and Shider as like specials, or they were just in there too. But then
Yeah.
nothing really happened with Metal Heroes. Like Metal Heroes has pretty
It,
much been.
it's also just incredibly funny to think of because I was watching a clip from Hurricaneer last night with all of Shurikener's henchins, and for those of you guys who don't know, for Shurikener, they brought back a lot of old Sentai actors to play his humanoid, to play his human counterpart. And they brought back Kenji Oba, and his henshin for Shurikener is literally just Gavin's henshin. It's really cool. But yeah, um, Discotech did say also they have more Toku to announce this year. If they announce Ryu Kendo, it's Jover. If they announce B Fighter or B Fighter Kabuto, it's Jover for me.
We'll see how it goes, man. I mean, that's another instance of like it's something that's considered niche to other people. Like,
Mhm.
it's not one of the main staples that people talk about every single day now. It's like you have mostly in Hoku Twitter, you see people talking mostly just Sentai and Kamen Rider. But
Speaking of things that people don't really talk about, I'm bringing this up because I'm hyper hot for this movie. Godzilla vs Kong: The New Empire. Reggie, if it's okay with you, after this movie premieres and I've seen it, if you see it, can we do an episode about this movie? Because I'm gonna want to talk about it.
we'll see. I mean, I haven't really been going to like theaters. If anything, if this ends up popping up on HBO Max, I'll watch it or Netflix. So we'll see. It would be, of course, months after the movie comes out, but
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
plus the date is what, April 13. Is that what it says?
April 12th.
April 12. So yeah, that's roughly around the time I'm gonna be prepared to be on a plane. So
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wait, by the way, speaking of that, special announcement
and
for April
your mic also just did the
again.
thing again. Yeah, so it's just like we said. Oh, by the way, the O was just like booming. I don't know. It might just be that you like hit your desk or something at the same time.
No
I
idea.
just like heard loud as my.
But
Yeah,
special
special announcement
another
from Gary.
IRA MJFK for the entire month of April. This lovable idiot is gonna be taking over reviews. What I'm gonna be reviewing, I don't know yet. It's obviously gonna be Sentai Mecha because that's my specialty. I don't have nearly as many figure arts as Reggie does. Um, I'll leave it up to the fans. I'll probably put a poll on Twitter. It's gonna be either Resoldier minus the light and dark soul set for Shadow Raptor and for the Cosmic Raptor. King Oger, Bokenger, or random Sentai Mecha that I own. 'Cause I own three Magic King / Titan Megazords. So I can easily do a comparison video. I have Gingayo, and I have the SWAT Megazord, or I could just do Transformers reviews. So let me know what you guys want to see. Reggie and I will put a poll up on Twitter. Anyway, last bit of Tokyo news.
So the Osan Sentai King Oger Caliber is being released at the Memorial Edition. This was revealed like a while ago. Post or pre New Year. So it's be coming out though later this year though, instead of like being like almost a couple of months after the initial pre-orders. And then even then they did a second wave because it sold out, and it's actually going to be coming out next year too in next January. So this of course increases the size of the King Oger Caliber or the Oger Caliber. It also includes voice lines. If they weren't just just plastic, it would have been actually pretty cool if they could have made the handle out of real wood. But at the same time, I can see that would probably deteriorate fast. So that's probably why I didn't do it. But yeah, that is going to be coming out.
At this point, I don't see any reason to ever buy like the Sentai changer as soon as it comes out because like 9 times out of 10 they're just gonna announce we're doing a memorial edition. Although I did lie, there is one other piece of Tokyo news I want to bring up on Twitter.
But I would say that the idea of still going for it is like it makes sense. If you do want to go for it, like if you want to do henshin videos, like everybody Jam does all the time, like Frankie does, like Yuso Red, I keep forgetting his actual name, but like if you're like people like us who love to do like henshin videos and things like that, it makes sense to go for the henshin changer like immediately. But yeah, it might just be your best interest to save and wait until the memorial comes out. But
speaking of saving money for things,
yeah, as you know, Gary is very, 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 very. I don't know if that was 20 varies, but very into Kamen Rider Blade, and of course, with it being the 20th anniversary, and we already got the the Blade buckle and the Garen buckle Now we have the Callus Rouser and Callus Arrow set.
And hold on, there's one other thing. Is this the tweet? Yeah.
Yep.
We're getting a stage show for Blade. Now, I know we haven't done series recaps in a while, mostly because I don't want to talk about Kiva and I haven't watched Hibiki. But I will make a public announcement here. If this is a damn Blade movie that they're announcing, you're getting a full-on Blade recap. I don't care who I need to get to do this. I know who I'm gonna ask, and he'll probably be down for it because it's Carl and he's awesome. We will do a full recap of this damn movie. I will rewatch Blade. I don't care how tired I am after work. You people deserve a full recap of the best Kamen Rider series in the past 22 years. Or 24 years, 25 years, whatever. Because all you're want to give the people what they deserve. Just like the original JFK.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, but this is a thing, and I'm still not going to buy it because you people can't make me buy it. I mean, Vaughn made me buy this thing.
Spoiler alert, he will buy it. Eventually. Not right away, but he will.
But Reggie, watch Ultraman Orb.
I still have to go through Ginga and Victory. Like, I think those are the things on the Blu-ray that was given, so I still have to watch those.
Oh yeah, you know what? I know exactly. I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry, buddy. But yeah. So this is a thing. I don't have the money for it, but if you're into CSMs, go buy it. All right. Now we're gonna move on to the big Transformers news because reasons.
So, if you know our childhoods, Gary and I, like I said, we were 31. We grew up with various iterations of Transformers throughout the years, but the earliest memory that we may have would be, being 8 or 9, turning on the TV, and seeing a fire truck combined with the trailer. So Hasbro decided to make our childhood as a HasLab. Now, while a lot of people are, saying that why didn't they just make this retail, you got to remember that these two are essentially commander classes, and so far commander classes have not really sold as well. But at the same time, like, see, if Optimus / Fire Convoy came out individually, I would 100% go for it. Like, if it was 100% just like him in retail, I would go for it. And like if they did like Ultra Magnus at a later year, then I would go for Ultra Magnus. But in this instance, though, you're getting both of them. You're getting Ultra Magnus's gun is now a Transformer too. And then the other bonuses are like their giant sword, their big sword, big sword, big sword, big sword, and 2 pieces like kind of form a base for them.
So, full transparency here, Reggie and I have also owned the original figures.
No, we no longer do, but
yeah, I like, dude. And just for additional context, I'm gonna see there's a list of Commander class Transformers anywhere. So we had Commander class Jetfire, we had Commander class Skylynx, we had Motor Master, but Motor Master was more of a necessity because that's the only way you could do a full-on Menasor.
Mm-hmm.
You had Commander Rodimus, and for this year you have
Magmatron.
Did you pre-order Magmatron?
I did initially, but then I canceled just because of to plan for budgeting. But eventually, I will try and pick him up just because like it is a Beast Wars property, and I'm pretty much my collection now is pretty much 95% Beast Wars. The other 5% is just like the off, like little things I was able to find at Ross type deal. So
We I actually just found out we have an Ollie's like about a half hour from here.
nice.
So I also wanted to bring up Tidal Wave as well, but like Tidal Wave is one, and it's not just Tidal Wave, but just like most Titan class figures, they're just too big for me to justify. Like I don't think I told you. There's a couple of weeks ago, I ended up grabbing a mint and seal box Metroplex from Cybertron for 150.
Hmm.
But even then, he's still too big to go on my normal Cybertron stuff. So he's just chilling up at the top of that bookcase with my Plazio, my MP Primal, and my Funko Pop Stardust Dragon. I wanted to get this mostly because I had the original Tidal Wave and I loved the crap out of that figure, but it's just too big to justify. But also, just going back to what Reggie was saying, yes, you're getting two Commander class figures for the price, and this thing looks glorious. But if you don't have the money for it, I feel like it's one of those that you'll be able to get for a decent price after they initially come out. But as time goes on, you're gonna pay a lot more for it. And I learned that the hard way when it came to my Victory Saber, because my Victory Saber, I didn't have the money to back. And then when it came out, I had a massive case of FOMO, and I ended up grabbing one for like 350 off of a Toy Arena, and I'm not proud of how much I paid for it. That's also why I haven't grabbed that source. I don't feel that the need to own this. It was announced during the stream. I pre-ordered it during the stream. I'm like, I actually need this. And also, he can support all the combination. Prime is bigger than the original toy. The base one is compatible with Titan Masters, which leads to a really interesting comment that I read on Twitter a couple days ago. So with most HasLabs, they do stretch goals. So this one is a Matrix blade from the last episode of RID, as well as two stands to mimic them going through the space bridge. I saw some speculation that there's going to be additional stretch goals if they get above 16,000. One of them being the AI-based minifigure. I mean, the AI-based character Tai.
Hmm.
Her character would get like a little Titan Master. That'd be kind of cool. Um, Proportions Zero have been improved. Zero is tall enough for the ladder not needed to be folded for the figure to stand, which is beautiful. Ultraman is now commander size and has gotten most improvements compared to the original toy in terms of proportions, stability, and articulation. Now he has wide feet with ankle tilts. Also, figures were designed by Hisashi Yuki, aka the dude who's just. I'm gonna just type his name into Google for a second because if anybody who doesn't know who Hisashi Yuki is, Yuki-san has done a lot of Transformers toys. Let's see, car robots, X-Brawn, Landfill, uh, Ultra Magnus Prime, bunch of
Yeah,
Universe
essentially,
stuff.
was the one who designed the originals.
Yeah, man. He designed the original Titan class Metroplex. Cybertronian Optimus Prime from WSC. What I'm trying to get here is Yugi-san's a god among men when it comes to toy design. But like Legacy Evolution, for example, Victory Saber, Omega Prime, he's designed every HasLab except for Unicron. Yeah, what I'm trying to get here is if you have any inkling into wanting this, do it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But as of right now, the HasLab is at how many backers? 6,428 in almost a week. This will get funded, and I will be buying it. Now, here's the thing: the price tag is $250, but if you have Pulse Premium, you're only paying $271 for it. 'Cause I actually have Pulse Premium, and this is just worth it. Although the one downside is it doesn't come out until what is it, fall of 25? That's the point. It's still really cool. Um, yeah, that was just my little spiel about this. It looks big, it looks cool, and I can't wait to get mine. Hopefully, it gets funded. Moving on
Well, if
from
it comes
there,
up by next year, like when's the end gap on that?
the end date is March 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Oh, why Pi Day? Well, we'll see.
Yeah, 3.14.
I may think about it, but
Yeah.
probably not until close to that day.
All right. Yeah. I know a couple people that I talked to are doing that as well, just to make sure it gets funded before they pre-order. Next thing I want to discuss is anybody who's into the Studio Series gamer figures like I am. I have Prime and Megatron. Those are the only two I really wanted. Sideswipe's coming out. I kind of dig his look. He looks incredibly hollow, and I don't like that. Bumblebee's an easy pass. Cliff Jumper is an easier pass, and well, there's your Sideswipe. This is just really cool. Um, yeah, so there's that. Rockcopter.
Rockcopter.
Legacy United Deluxe Shard. I do dig the Rocklord vehicle things. Um,
I think people were
and
saying that he looks like he's a heavy retool of like a previous deluxe copter, but I don't remember who it was. I think they were saying it was either like he looks like maybe a heavy like retool of the War for Cybertron Vortex, I think, or the Fall for Cybertron Vortex. I think that's what people were saying, but I don't know. It's funny though because he's Waspinator colors essentially.
Yeah, I mean, listen. So he's not even on the official wiki yet. The unofficial wiki. Frank Universe Magnus. I kind of want to hunt this figure down locally on a discount, just so I can like experience like Rocklord vehicles. Because Reggie and I both grew up in the '90s. We didn't have G2, we didn't have the GoBots, we didn't have Rocklords. So
Yeah, I think they do look pretty cool. Like if anything, if I can find like if in person and like maybe, but at the same time, it's meh.
yeah. All right. So
Not
moving
going
on.
out of my way to get it.
Yeah. So moving on from there. Speaking of things I'm not going out of my way to get, Legacy Chromia. Figure looks like it's a
Looks like
retool
the
redec.
heavy retool anime prowl.
Yeah. No,
As
well,
soon as I saw
not
the
even
legs, I
heavy.
was just like, I knew what that is.
I mean, cool. I don't care. I think the animated Prowl figure from Legacy is okay. My biggest complaint is and always will be the handles. You really couldn't do a better job of hiding the handles. Like turn them into like little guns at least. That would be cool. I have two other bits of Transformers news to just cycle through real quick. Takara told me before the anniversary project this is the 40th year of Transformers, which is also leading into what Reggie was saying. Like there's a huge discourse on Twitter, like why are they doing Red Universe stuff for the 40th anniversary instead of G1? Um, when was the last time Red got any love outside of the new toy line? Hell, in 2024. Let me ask you this, Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to pick to pick two characters who haven't gotten figures since their original toy lines. What are you picking for the 40th anniversary? And I'm
That's
leaving
a
and I'm leaving the G1 style combiners out of this strictly because those have gotten redos all over the place, especially in Combiner Wars.
I definitely would like to see them do big convoy, or basically the mammoth.
Yeah.
Need to do retool with him. Like I said, like I said, guys, I'm mostly Beast Wars, so if anything, I mean, they did do a reissue of him. I think whoever the wolf was. I know he has a retool that's like a German Shepherd called K9, but
Oh,
like I know that they did a release
Wolfang.
of him, Wolfang. Yeah, if they could do
Yeah.
an updated version instead of like that reissue that they did a year ago, they could actually do an updated version of him. I would like that too.
Yeah.
Just because like
Like,
these are, I'm thinking of like the characters I actually own as a kid. Like I still need to pick up, and luckily enough, Ross still has a bunch of him. Buzzsaw, because I never had the original Waspinator. I had Buzzsaw, so
mm.
I still need to grab one of him at some point.
So for me, and this is kind of cheating because it is a combiner. Can I please get a new build king with like modern articulation? I'd buy all four of those figures in one set if I could. And the other one,
I'm actually surprised that wasn't part of the HasLab, or if that wasn't the HasLab. I mean, I get it because like they're obscure-ish characters. You want to start off already with Prime, but
yeah. I mean,
I feel
listen,
like
if
if that would actually be pretty funny if that was a stretch goal thing too. Is just to include them as
I
like
have a
a bonus.
see, I have a theory regarding the HasLab for 25, and there's actually some precedent behind this. So 2 years ago they did Victory Saber. Last year they did Death Stars. Now they're doing Omega Prime. Is next year going to be Megatron?
That could be the case. I mean, and you reminded me, I still need to get Transmetal 2 Megatron.
Yeah.
But the yeah, already Megatron, or even if they just did already Galvatron as
I own the original already Galvatron. That figure has not held up very well in terms of today's sensibilities. Give me that as give me that as a figure. But getting back to this real quick. So special celebrations will be held for the entire year for their support over the last 40 years. The Japanese of G1 and Beast Wars 2 episodes will be broadcasted on the YouTube channel. 2G1 episodes will be uploaded per week every Friday starting this past Friday. One Beast Wars 2 episode will be uploaded per week every Tuesday starting on 2/13. Episodes will be available for limited time only. Upcoming Missing Link, collaborations, Masterpiece, and PG products will be announced in April. So, we'll be getting Masterpiece figures announced in April. Keep doing the Beast Wars ones, please. If they start doing Transmetal Masterpiece figures, I'm fucked. And if they announce Masterpiece Transmetal 2 Megatron Reggie, yeah, I know.
I'm still waiting for them to do the official like US release for Super Bowl. Because like I know that Tachara Tommy's has the listing for them on HLJ, but I'm just waiting for the US one. I thought that was supposed to come out like somewhat soon.
All right. So the next one is for this. This was on Friday. They announced, hey, it has that past 6,000 backers. Neil Kaplan, who was the original voice of Optimus Prime in RID, did a video. It it was great. I really want him at a con in my area just so I can meet him, give him a hug, because I've talked to him a couple times on Twitter. Dude's really awesome. All right, so I did promise something pretty cool for Reggie. So Reggie and I are fans of old school Yu-Gi-Oh, right? We've established this. Reggie, in the year of 2024, what's the one thing Exodia decks needed? There's an Exodia fusion monster coming out.
Why the 4 different effects cannot be destroyed. Gains attack equal to your current life point.
That works during your opponent's turn too.
But once per turn, you lose 1,000 though.
That's
So-
irrelevant because here's the thing. By the time this bastard gets on the field, you're gonna be dealing. I mean, by the time your opponent can respond, he's gonna have over 8,000 attack points possibly. I'm sorry, that face was crazy. But also, they're doing retrains for like Millennium Shield and a bunch of other Millennium monsters. So when this comes to Master Duel later in the year, I'm going to be experimenting with an Exodia deck. I'm excited as hell for this card. But also, there's a new Dark Magician and a new Mirror Force. I just wanted to see Reggie's reaction to Red Eye to Exodia because well, that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And it's basically all the news. I mean, we've just been
I mean,
off doing our own things.
I mean, there was Gundam news I could have discussed. There was gaming news. I will say this much though: if people are interested, I could stream me playing Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. Let me know. I wouldn't mind. I could
Mhm.
stream that. I could stream Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for my Xbox. I have a bunch of different games I could stream, but you gotta let me know there, people. Let me know what y'all want to see. 'Cause I wouldn't mind doing VODs of my streams and putting them on the Bugz2Men channel as content. I just don't know how that would work with copyright and everything, you know?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be best to just keep that off because I was thinking about that too at some point. But or if anything, if we end up making a gaming channel, then yeah. But for the main channel, I think we should keep that off. It's just
What is up, my bro?
a lot of risk.
What is up, my bro? It's your boy True KRO coming at you on Bugz2Gaming. Oh wait, there was one other thing I wanted to bring up during the Tokyo part of the news.
Mm-hmm.
On Valentine's Day, they're announcing their Shadow Foundry is announcing their next writer.
A lot of speculation has gone up in the air, especially because the initial promo says mystery is in the wind. So a lot of people are thinking that it might be Kamen Rider Double. But recently there has been a listing found for a Kamen Rider Geats Blu-ray. Now the thing is though, because there is no official promo imaging, and I think that this was kind of found like I think it was either by Josh or Josh saw it from somebody else. It's still highly speculated. Like nobody from Shop Factory has confirmed it or denied it. So in the meantime, I think the Forerunner is just going to be double just because of the tagline. But we'll see. You know, that's Valentine's Day, so aka Singles Appreciation Day.
Right on.
So if well, we'll see if our writer is just a single writer, or he might be a couple. So
I'm so obviously me with my Blade love. I want Blade on Blu-ray. I want Blade to be legally streaming on Tubi.
Blade Ray.
So let me ask you one other question before we wrap up the
Blade.
episode. 'Cause I'm actually kind of hungry. Reggie, at some point this year, do you want to get back to to recaps? Because I can't do
Yeah,
the key
we'll
one.
have to,
I
we'll have to
tried.
think about that for sure. Like, because I know that the recaps, there was like kind of a need to rewatch or re-study on things, and with how life has been, it's just like the timing of things. Because
Yeah.
like, well, it's definitely a wait and see type situation right now, Gary. But maybe
Yeah.
eventually.
I'm also only just saying that because when we did the recaps, I got to meet a lot of cool people like Carl, Jem, Sono, Dresden, who still wants my job, by the way, and yours.
He hasn't mentioned that in a long time. Plus, like we,
No, I know, but still, like, I I kind of do miss doing those, but that also requires a lot of prep on our time as well because, like I said, Reggie and I needed. Well, I needed most of the time to rewatch the show. Reggie could have probably seen it, but
years
like
ago.
like the biggest thing that we never did was finish Saber, and I haven't watched Geats. I haven't watched Revice, so we haven't done recaps for those. Um, but yeah, so we'll be back at some point this year with new episodes. Like I said, Reggie and I said this to each other from the beginning. Real life takes precedence. Like Reggie's gonna be away for the entire month of April, so I'm gonna do my best to get some videos out on my end. Hell, you know what I may do, Reggie? If it's okay with you, I may do a live episode in April, but not about anything Tokyo related. Maybe about something else completely random. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be dead honest with you, I really, really, really want to probably talk about the live action Avatar adaptation and roast it to all hell.
So, just a little context before we actually end this. Recent tweets have been going out regarding the adaptation, and after the one with M Night and all the criticisms we had with it, you're hoping that just based off the trailer that this would be a lot closer to the original source material, but there have been stuff that has been named that kind of take away from like the original method of character development for things. Like, I know the big one that people are complaining about is one that honestly, like in today's modern media, probably wouldn't work anyway. But at the same time, like they could have kept it at least for like the first episode because that's basically what kind of sets off that kind of argument thing, or at least kept it up until the event that's supposed to happen. But I know another thing they said is that like Aang's not going to just go around and have fun and things like that like he usually did. Like the whole thing about Aang is that even like he had to have that emotional growth of like you can't be carefree and think positive all the time. Sometimes there are negative impacts that will happen in your life and you need to face them head on. That's basically Aang's kind of journey of things is like he's just playing as the kid, just
Yeah.
enjoying himself, like playing around. He like, I know I have this responsibility, but do I need to do it now? Kind of deal. Because like, well, I mean, I don't know how much they're aging up Aang in the live action because I don't know the age of the actor, but yeah, Aang was supposed to be like a 12-year-old just suddenly thrown into the world of hey, you're supposed to save the world. Like, do I need to? Is it really my responsibility? Kind of deal, like for him. And then like his growth though, like seeing like okay, yeah, I actually am needed. I impact people's lives. I need to do this type deal.
So
So yeah,
Aang's
I think
actor.
that'd be perfectly. I think that'd be perfectly fine though, Gary, if you did do that
Yeah.
as an episode, or if you think we could do that as an episode. Like, when does it come out again? Sometime this month, right?
It comes out February 24th. But also, just real quick, the actor who's playing Aang is 14.
He's 14. Okay, so they could probably still keep him at his age range, or just
Yeah.
make him 14 in this. But yeah, I feel like they could still. Yeah, depending on how Netflix releases the episodes, if they do it all at once for season one, or if they like do it like on a weekly schedule thing, then we'll see if we can maybe
I
even do that as an
I'm
episode
pretty
at the end of March.
sure. I'm pretty sure it's coming out all at once. But before we do end this whole episode, I just want to just bring up some of like the A-list talent they got for this. They got Danny Pudi in the show. They got James C in the show. They got George Takei. They got, if you waste Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai in this show, I will be incredibly angry. Because here's the thing. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the most popular cartoons of all time. Hell, one of my coworkers who has never watched anime loves Avatar. And I'm trying to get her to watch some anime. It's a long story. The point I'm trying to get here is you don't waste Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord fucking Ozai because Mark Hamill killed that role as Fire Lord Ozai, and the only person I ever wanted to see in a live action role as Daniel Day Kim was Ken Watanabe or Daniel Day Kim, and we have Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. And Reggie, you're frozen on my screen right now, and it looks like you're just like,
Yeah, I think my StreamYard is crashing or something, so we might as well just
let's end the episode. All right,
end the
so
episode. So I'm gonna just go ahead and force quit Google. But if you guys can still hear me, you know where to find me. I mean, I put
you guys know where to find me
the
too.
yeah, I put the links in the video description anyway. So everybody
We
take care. Have a good
we will be back.
Sunday.
Stay stay kind to each other, and let's go 49ers. And it's Rule 76.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm forced quitting now, Gary. So I don't know if you're still gonna be in the stream, but I'm gonna try to rejoin it. So
All
give
right.
me a second.
Well, if anything, I'll talk to you later. Oh, I'm still here. Hello, I'm the doctor. But yeah, so hope you guys also like the new angle. Well, this was the angle from the last time we did this too. Um, yeah, I don't know. If I leave the stream while we're still doing the live, is this going to make the video go longer like that did that one time? But no, thank you guys for the support. I know we haven't really been doing a lot of videos. Oh,
I'm back. Okay.
oh, great. I
We haven't.
I just pretty much said thank you guys for all the support. I know we haven't done many episodes, but like I said, real life takes precedence over anything else. So, actually, for context, when I say Rule 76, that means no excuse to play like a champion. It's from Wedding
Okay.
Crashers.
All right. Well, guys, now I'm gonna actually officially hit end stream. So see y'all later.
Peace.
And